I attempted to do one of these videos earlier, but didn't work out, and I think I have it figured out now. So what this one is going to be about is today we are talking about crochet. I have a number of different crochet hooks here. We've got our smaller ones and our larger ones. Now, if crocheting is new for you, then this is the perfect thing to watch, because the first thing you're going to want to do to start off crocheting is you're going to want to pick the crochet hook that feels most comfortable in your hand, whether it is a small one like a size 4, or whether it's one of the bigger ones, whether it's one of our bigger ones here, like, for instance, a size 11 and a half. Either way, the best thing I believe to do when you are first starting to crochet is to start off by picking the crochet hook you find most comfortable. Myself, it's a size 5. That is the one I find easiest to work with in my hand. Now, when you go to pick out your crochet hook, you're going to find there's a lot of crochet hooks there. Don't let it overwhelm you, because it's not just these ones or these ones. Whoops. You will find you have ones that are even smaller than this and ones that are even bigger than this guy. You'll even find there are crochet hooks out there that have a hook on both ends. And if you know anything about knitting, you will find out there isn't just circular knitting sticks, there are circular crochet hooks, which means there's a crochet hook with a long rope or strand, whichever you want to call it, coming from one and going to another. While you're crocheting, it goes on this, goes down, up to the other. It can be a little difficult and confusing when you're first starting. So, the best thing to do, and what I would recommend, is starting just simply by picking your crochet hook. And make sure that it is one that fits comfortably into your hand, whether it is a big crochet hook or a smaller crochet hook. Now, many people that I know prefer the size 5 crochet hook. Now, it is what I use and is also what my mother uses. But whichever one feels most comfortable in your hand is the one that you want to start with. And also, as you pick your crochet hook, if it is a smaller crochet hook, you're going to want to go with a smaller thread count for your yarn. Smaller crochet hooks such as number 5 or number 4, and yes, there's even a number 3.75 and 3.5, they go way down. When they get smaller, they are actually kind of a steel, and what you use for those ones is called crochet thread. Now, I should probably not be telling you this because it can be overwhelming, but to start off with, just pick your crochet hook and your yarn, and as you start with a crochet hook, for instance, size 5, you're going to want to pick a crochet yarn that will fit with that hook and be comfortable for you. Myself, I'm doing a project with a size 5 hook and using what a lot of people call baby yarn. The strand number on the baby yarn is 3. You can go from a 3 to a 4 to a 5 to the point where there isn't really a strand number anymore, and they just start calling it bulky and chunky. And when it comes to those bigger ones, you're going to want this guy. Unless you're doing a project where your pattern calls for a lot of holes. Sometimes there are projects like that, like the crocheted shirts that you can get, and things that are basically just to throw over. Nothing meant to seriously be worn. So, again, best thing to start off with is picking your crochet hook. From the smallest size I have here with me right now, which is size 4, to the largest size I have with me right now, which is the 11.5. Quite the difference. They can also get bigger, quite a bit bigger. Again, do not let it overwhelm you. If you're really interested in starting your crocheting, then I recommend just pick them up while you're looking at them, check them out, see how they feel in your hand, if they're comfortable, and if you find one that feels very comfortable in your hand, great, then grab it, and then go for the crocheting yarn, which you think would be best to go with it. Now, the crochet hooks I have with me right here, put them back into their case. These ones here, the smaller ones, I purchased at the local dollar store in Grand Cache, Hidden Treasures. So a little shout out to Hidden Treasures. They were only $10.50 for 5 small ones. And now the bigger ones that I purchased were also at Hidden Treasures in Grand Cache. And there are 4 of them. Mind you, they start quite a bit bigger, from 8 to a 9 to 10.5 and 11.5. So these ones were $11.90. So once again, another shout out to Hidden Treasures in Grand Cache. And just so that you know, one more time, do not let the size or the amount of sizes of the crochet hooks bother you. Pick the one that's comfortable to you, and meet me back here for my next video, and we'll start with something very simple, which will be making a chain. I'm not going to say anything about making the chain right now. Just pick out your crochet hook. Meet me back next time. So, have yourself a good day, or day, whichever it may be. And remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.